He raised it for me, but ask this though, how much of that did I see?
What? All right, guys. I don't know if you guys are aware of what's happening here, but I was aware. I was live earlier today, having some fun. You know how we do, playing some FIFA, this and that, talking battle rap and everything. And this man, or well, I don't want to really call him, but this guy right here that I raised almost $1,000 for. 1,200, whatever. We probably raised between in the whole community. We probably got over $2,500. All right, this certified clown right now, right here. We did that for him because he had won the tournament, right? That I was involved in. And that's why I took such personal issue with it, because I was involved in it, my name was in it, and blah blah blah. So I took a personal issue with it, and URL didn't pay him, right? So for the next few months, we all had his back: pay shooter, pay shooter, pay shooter, pay shooter. No, they didn't pay shooters. So I decided to do a live where all the money that got donated to me via Cash App or YouTube Super Chat, I was going to give to shooters, and I did every single penny plus. We raised about 80 to 100, about $100 in super chats, and YouTube takes 30%. I matched every donation dollar for dollar. I ate the 30%. Then we started getting a bunch of cash apps, and I screenshotted all the cash apps I got. I still have them. And we ended up raising about, I think it was a $511 if I'm not mistaken, and I wanted to make it an even 600, so I added an extra $89 myself to make it 600. I remember at the time. So I ate the 30% out of that 100. That's 30, and I put an extra 89. So I put in about a good 100 plus dollars of my own money. Plus, we raised it, so we got up to about $600. And then after I had sent that to shooters, another person donated $40. I sent that to shooters immediately, so that was $640. That guy who sent that $40 actually asked for a refund the next day. He disputed the charge or whatever, and I just gave it to him. And I didn't ask shooter back for the money. I literally just gave it to him. So I lost another 40 there. So that's about I put out of my pocket. I came out at about 160 out of the 640. After that, I go to Twitter, and then I let everyone know we raised $640 for shooters. And then another guy came and he hit me, and he hit me up. He's like, "What's Shooter's Cash App?" I told him Shooter's Cash App. He gave him 100, so that's 740. About 5 other people hit me on the DM and said, "I just gave Shooters 40. I just gave Shooters 60. I just gave Shooters 50. I just gave Shooters 20." So all in all, we were around $1,000. It was a guess. It was just whatever it was. I gave him every single penny that I raised, $640 plus everyone else's that I told them about his cash apps. They sent me screenshots of how much they sent him. So we were around $1,000 plus. Battletroop did a thing for him too. So, and then Jules Gaming Lounge, he sent him some money. I think all in all, he probably got around $2,000 in donations from the battle rap community, and it was all led by me. I started the charge for it. I got the ball rolling, and I gave him the money. And then this guy goes live today and says that I scammed and didn't pay all the money. That I scammed and didn't pay all the money. He actually said that with no proof. Because maybe one time in my live, I was like, "Yeah, we raised 1,200. I don't know exact number we raised. We raised about 1,000. I personally raised 1,000, and between everybody else, he got a lot more. So I said maybe 1,200, maybe one time. So he took that 1,200 number, and then he's like, "Well, you only sent me 640. So where's the other 560? What did you pocket it?" And he goes on in this little live here, which is, you can watch it on my last live channel. It's a 6-hour live, but I did timestamp it. And he goes on and says that, I was using him and his channel for, because I was down then and whatever. I don't even understand his logic here. That why would anyone even do that? I did it just to make money. I literally lost over $160 doing it. You dumb. Okay, this man used to call me every single day, and I would talk to him for over an hour, because he needed someone to talk to because he was so sad about this URL situation. You know, if I didn't answer his phone call, he would call me back right away, and he would leave me about six to seven missed calls. I'd be at work and I would get 6, 7, 8 missed calls. I'd be with Ponce and I would get 6, 7, 8 missed calls. I would call him back. I'd always call him back, and I was never rude to him. I gave him my ear. I lended him my ear. I was his friend. And this is the thanks I got. This is how he repays the people who actually, tried to look out for him. How he repays his friends. I did go kind of crazy in my life because I was shocked. I was hurt. Now his little he's got also on this tip where so I mean I don't care anymore. He can go to hell as far as I'm concerned. So yesterday he streamed John's pay-per-view, just the audio, He streamed it all, and they didn't get in trouble. They didn't get flagged. Nothing happened. Siri, I don't have time for you right now.
You'll need to unlock your iPad.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. He streamed it all, and nothing happened. He got through it all. He had about 500 people watching him, and I was live, and people brought it up in the comments. So I made an off comment about it, saying, "Oh, Shooter streamed the audio. That was funny." Basically just meant laughing about it. No big deal. He had already deleted the video. It was hours later, and he didn't get flagged for it. He had deleted the video. John doesn't have Quarter Lab, so he probably didn't catch on to it. He wasn't the only one. But, somebody had brought it up in the chat. We laughed about it, and it was no big deal. It was a 5-second thing. And he considered that snitching. He considered that me saying that he did that snitching, even though he had 500 people in his live. And, on a public YouTube page. That was considered snitching, even though I talked about it hours later and he had already deleted the video. And I wasn't like, oh, he shouldn't be doing that or this. I might have said, oh, you don't want to risk your channel or something doing that because, John could easily strike your channel doing it. Maybe I said something like, I don't even know. Who cares? He can go to hell because it wasn't snitching. And you're insane, sir. And Henny Man was right about you. I want to formally apologize to Henny Man right now. He had done the blog about shooters, and then I went off on him. I went off on Henny Man for his opinion on shooters. I had no right to do that because Henny Man was right. Henny Man was right the whole time, and I sincerely apologize for Henny because I did go off on Henny about it. And I was out of pocket because it wasn't my place to go off on it. I didn't know this man. I didn't know how psycho he is. I didn't know his personality. Henny Man actually met him. He actually met him. So, I apologize, Henny Man. You were right about this man. And now I have to question every single thing he's ever told me because he literally just makes things up in his head. He has no problem with lying either. He makes things up in his head and he lies. So who knows about this whole URL situation? Who knows what URL really told him? Who knows? Who freaking knows? Maybe URL wasn't even in the wrong this whole time. Maybe they weren't even in the wrong this whole time. Maybe URL had every reason to not give this guy his money because he's acting ridiculous. Maybe he was accusing them of this, accusing them of that. Look, I still think URL should have paid him regardless of the way he was acting. You owe the man the money, give him the money, call it a day. But now I don't trust the situation anymore. All right, the way he's treated me, a guy who's actually looked out for him, that I didn't have to. I didn't even know this man. I had no relationship with shooters when I decided to do that basically like a GoFundMe whatever for him. I let my channel be used and raise money from the battle rap community. Again, the battle rap community gets scammed yet again. Like we haven't had enough scams in this battle rap community between Tech9 and the Twerk GoFundMe's and this and that. And then here we go again. The battle rap community is one of the most generous communities in the world. All right, I've seen the battle rap community come together and just take care of the people that they care about all the time. And we always get slapped in the face every single time. And it's freaking sad, bro, that this keeps happening. I don't understand it. I don't know what's wrong with these people. All right, I was just trying to help. I was literally just trying to help because I thought it was wrong of the way URL did them. This wasn't because URL did it. It was just principles. People be like, well, you only did it because of URL and you want to get back. I don't have any grudge against URL. All my criticism of URL was just to get them to be better because I'm a fan of the URL and their product. All right. That's what I do. I like to like give advice, and yeah, I might go hard sometimes and this and that, but it's all for the betterment of the culture and the love of battle rap. It's never meant to be like, I don't have a grudge. I don't want them to go away. I want them to be successful. I want them to become a great platform, but I want other platforms to become great, and this and that. And I think all the platforms can work together. And I feel that URL tries to play this game where it's us against them, and we're here, we're there, and nothing else matters. And I get it as to a certain point, but I still don't like the way they do a lot of things. And I express my opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I would never just go against them just to go against them. That's stupid. That's never been my character and what I am and what I do. All right. I thought a man here was wronged. I was part of the situation. If I wasn't in the Ultimate Madness tournament blogger bracket, I probably wouldn't have done the GoFundMe. That really was a big reason why I did it, because I was in it and I felt used. I felt like they could have done that to me, and I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that I was in it, if I wasn't in it, there's still a possibility I might have done it, but it's smaller. But I did do it. Okay, I didn't have to do it. I didn't stake $1. I actually lost 100. I actually put out $89 plus I matched the donations dollar for dollar, which was around $100 of the YouTube money. So that was $30. So 120 some odd dollars there. All right, then that $40 the guy refunded, that I gave it back to him, which I didn't ask shooters for that money back. Why would I ask them for that money back? I just ate it. It's $40. Who cares? All right, so that's about 160 that I came out of my own pocket. And to be called to say I scammed him, a man that I talked to on the phone for hours upon hours. Shooters, when you would call me, you know what's funny about you? You never once say, "Hey, how you doing, DME? How's going on with you?" It was always about you. It was always about you. And I sit there and I listen to you. And I let you ramble on about how they played you and this and that and URL. They did this, they did that. Oh my God, da 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 da. I sit there and listen to you. I was at home for 20 minutes. I jump in the car. I'm going to Ponce's. It's a 20-minute drive. That's 40 minutes. I get to Ponce's, and I'm still talking to you. I'm trying to get off the phone with you, but you're still going on and on. I get to Ponce's. I'm spending another 20 minutes there. That's over an hour. I'm on the phone with you, and I'm trying to get off the phone with you. And Ponce's like, "Are you ever going to get off the phone?" Because I can't even get a word in half the time. I don't think you ever called one time and was like, "Hey, man, everything going on good with you? Everything this and that?" No, it was always about you. And that's fine. Maybe a couple times. Maybe one time you were like, but no, not even that. I had brought something up, and then you were like, you responded to that. Maybe I said, when I was dealing with the No Mercy situation, because you called me and was like, "Oh, I want you to put this on your page." I was like, "I can't put it on my page. No Mercy's got strikes on me and this and that." And then I started telling you, and you're like, "Oh, that sucks," and this and that. But then you go right back into yourself again. You have an issue, bro. All right. When you talk to people that actually care about you, maybe you should show that back a little. Maybe you should show that back a little and not just make everything about you. And don't ever call another grown man more than one time. If a grown man doesn't answer your phone call, you text him and you leave it alone until he calls you back. If he doesn't call you back, then he doesn't want to talk to you. All right? I would have 10 missed calls from this man. 10 missed calls from this man in the span of 10 and 5 minutes. You think I'm not answering your phone call because I don't want to talk to you? No, I'm not answering your phone call because I cannot talk right now. I have a life. I'm busy. You didn't respect that boundary ever. Ever. And the way you behaved here today, you should be ashamed of yourself, sir. Absolutely ashamed of yourself. How do you even look in the mirror after the way you just treated me today? You have no ground to stand on right now. Zero. There's nothing you can say to justify the way you treated me today, sir. And I have never been that disrespected anywhere in my life by someone that actually helped out. Anyone I've ever helped out in my life, they usually show some appreciation. Allegedly you've been taking shots for weeks about this. People have been telling me, and I didn't believe it. You were doing subliminals. I didn't believe it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I thought you guys just wanted to start some drama, start some chaos. Agents of chaos were out and about. No, they were right. You've held this in for a long time. Something wrong with you, sir. And you really need to look in the mirror and figure it out. So I'm going to end it there, man. I don't want to talk to you. I have nothing to say to you. It's all good. I hope you're happy with yourself. And maybe look in the mirror now and take some responsibility for the Smack situation. Think about it now. Maybe you did do something to Smack that led to him now saying, I don't want you in the building. I can clearly see it now. That you probably did say something to Smack that made him react to you the way he did. But you, sir, never take accountability for your actions ever. I've noticed that about you. You're always the victim. Every time. And you proved it here today. You're delusional. And you need help, sir. Because this was a sad, sad turn of events. I was shocked. I was taken aback. I just watched my reaction to it and I was out of control. Because it was actually somebody that I think that I actually thought was a friend. An internet friend. Yeah, I don't try, I only have real friends in real life, the ones I grew up with. Everyone else I consider internet friends. There's some better than other levels, but I considered you one of them. I talked to you on the phone more than I talked to anyone ever. In the last year, I probably talked to you more on the phone than I've talked to all my friends combined in the past 10 years. So I don't talk on the phone. I don't ever talk on the phone. Ever. I text and that's it. You want to talk to me? If I'm going to talk to you on the phone, it's probably going to last anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes, and we're done. What are we supposed to talk about? But I talk to you, sir, for hours upon hours. Days upon days. And it was always about you. And I listened to you. And this is how you repay me. All right. Love you guys, man. I apologize for wasting our money, man. We wasted our money with this man. We gave this guy money for no reason. And I apologize for being the guy who led the charge, man. Love you guys. It's all good. Peace.